Now for our first segment, I want to take you to something a little more unconventional, our annual Shoot for the Cure. Here in Minnesota, we're all about hunting, fishing, and outdoors, so why not celebrate that while raising money for a cause that matters? Every year, this event reminds me just how powerful community can be. Shoot for the Cure is all about Minnesotans having fun, sporting clays, and giving back. It's a chance to honor what makes our state unique, and to do it while we're supporting the Dylan Witschen Foundation. More on that later. This is Minnesota life at its finest. Let's take a look. At the heart of the Shoot for the Cure, there's a story that makes this all possible. Let's hear it from somebody that's been here from the beginning. Hey everybody, I'm Chris Fritch with the Chris Fritch Team at eXp Realty. I'm here with Debbie Witschen, the mother of Dylan Witschen, to hear how the story all started.
Well, Dylan was a happy-go-lucky 14-year-old who was out at 2-a-days on the Anoka football field, and he made a hard tackle and came up with a stinger. He thought it was a stinger. Unfortunately, just minutes later, he had a seizure, and an ambulance was called, and he was brought to Mercy Hospital. There, he had a CAT scan, and the doctors told my husband and I that he had a tumor on his brain. That started our journey with one of the most horrifying experiences and devastating news that any family and child could hear. We were told 2 days later, after surgery and the pathology, that Dylan had SPNET brain cancer. He said, "Mom, I want to go to St. Jude. I want to go where they specialize in childhood cancer." So that's exactly what we did. My husband quit his job, and Dylan and Ed went to St. Jude for the next 9 months of treatment, while I went back and forth to see Dylan and Ed. At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, all medical needs are covered by St. Jude if your insurance does not. So we never paid a bill the entire time Dylan was at St. Jude. We committed to Dylan that we would start a foundation. We named it the Dylan Witschen Foundation, and over the next 3 or 4 months, Dylan got to help us come up with the mission statement and what we were going to do for the foundation. So we set out to commit to Dylan that we would help keep his promise alive, which was to raise money so no child would die in the dawn of life. So we have since raised over $2.2 million. Never once did we have a goal in mind. We were just going to take it a day at a time, a year at a time. And we started off with family and friends, and we just grew our network. And there isn't a moment in time where if we're out telling Dylan's story or at an event that we don't ask folks to open up their checkbook to donate on behalf of Dylan in his memory, and again, so that no child dies in the dawn of life. So our hope is that someday in our generation even, which I know is a very lofty goal, that we will find a cure for all types of childhood cancer.
But there's a couple other things, quotes from Dylan when he was terminal and nearing the end of his life, that, what did he say to you?
So we had a lot of late night conversations, a lot of tears flowed, and at one point he said, "Mom, if there's a miracle in line for me, I don't want to receive the miracle. I want the miracle to go to the little kids." And the other thing he also shared with me is, you know what, if me getting cancer helps just one other family out there, then I understand why this happened. Because he was really toiling with the idea of, why did his cancer, why did he relapse, and why was he terminal? So he came up with those things and shared them with me, and man, I tell you, that kid was wise beyond his years.
So, Deb, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to work with you guys. It's an honor to be affiliated with your organization, and thank you so much for what you do for the children of St. Jude. Really appreciate it, and it's a great way to keep Dylan's dream alive, and we will keep raising money for St. Jude as long as we can do it with you.
Awesome. Well, Chris, I have to say the same thing back to you. I appreciate everything the Chris Fritch team has done. There are days where I don't want to get out of bed, and there's days where I may not want to fully engage in The activity is centered around this, and you know what? I think of the Fritch team, and I think of them working full time, and I think of their workload, and then I think about what they do and the time that they give to the Dylan Witschen Foundation in St. Jude. And you know what? I can say that from the bottom of my heart, that literally gives me inspiration to get out of bed. So again, you and your team, amazing, amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough.
I'm very humbled to work with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.